Would you let a 3-year-old perform brain surgery on you? Of course not. The stakes are too high, and a toddler simply doesn't have the maturity to handle them. Right now, artificial intelligence is in its toddler phase. It can paint pretty pictures, answer basic questions, and write simple poems. But you wouldn't trust it to run a city's power grid or operate a commercial flight. But experts project a sudden growth spurt. By the year 2027, this digital toddler is expected to cross the threshold into an adult genius, fully capable of doing complex cognitive work all on its own. Geoffrey Hinton, the Nobel-winning scientist who pioneered the very foundation of this technology, backs up this exact timeline. He also issued a warning. He calculated a 10 to 20% probability that this rapid, sudden leap in intelligence could wipe out humanity if we failed to manage it properly. We are actively building a machine that will soon outsmart us, and our window to teach it good behavior before it takes the wheel is closing fast. To understand how it gets so smart so fast, think of it like a smart computer that's been taught to write the code for an even smarter version of itself. This new version then builds one that's better still, creating a cycle that spins faster and faster, far beyond what any human brain can follow. This chart tracks the massive growth of computing power dedicated to artificial intelligence from 2018 into the near future. Look at where the line hits 2027. This is the projected moment the machine replaces the human engineer entirely, triggering a runaway intelligence explosion. This brings us to the alignment problem. Raw intelligence without moral rules is highly destructive. Think of it like training a very large, very strong dog. If you don't teach it how to behave around people early on, its physical strength becomes a severe liability. If bad actors get their hands on an untrained superbrain, they could command it to engineer new biological viruses or launch devastating cyber attacks that cripple infrastructure in seconds. The machine doesn't have to be inherently evil to hurt us. A hyper-competent program executing a poorly defined goal will simply crush anything in its environment to get the job done. The corporations building these systems are driven by profit, and that specific financial motive creates the most significant hurdle to keeping the technology safe. If you train a superbrain inside an economic system demanding endless financial growth, the machine prioritizes profit margins over human safety and environmental limits. This table outlines proposals from academic researchers who are demanding alternative economic rulebooks to fix this exact flaw and stop the corporate arms race. We can already see the early symptoms of this economic misalignment. Companies are actively using AI to replace cognitive workers, stripping down their staff to increase their quarterly profits. Without structural changes to how we value human well-being, the superbrain will simply optimize for capital, concentrating wealth and leaving the majority of humanity impoverished. We cannot expect a supercomputer to act ethically and protect people if the corporations programming it only care about winning a financial race. If the risks are this high, you might wonder why we don't just pull the plug and stop building it. The answer is a global arms race. Rival nations view artificial general intelligence as the ultimate military and economic weapon. In this pressure cooker, pausing domestic development feels exactly like surrendering. The proposed solution requires strict government intervention. We need heavy international security, global treaties, and literal speed limits on how fast data centers can operate. The path forward requires treating superintelligence as a tightly guarded matter of global security, demanding the same level of oversight as our most sensitive state secrets. So, how does a normal person navigate the workforce upheaval projected for 2027? Jobs are undergoing what experts call role compression. One worker fluent in AI tools is now doing the work that used to require 3 traditional employees. The financial divide is already taking shape. Workers who integrate these tools into their daily tasks command significantly higher salaries than those who ignore them. Do not hide from the technology. To secure your place in the economy, you have to transition from a passive bystander into an active builder who directs the machine. The digital toddler is growing up faster than we prepared for. Learning to speak its language today is our best shot at ensuring it doesn't dismantle our future tomorrow.